I'm Ben Williamson. I'm Press Officer for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals is a charity dedicated to establishing and protecting the rights of all animals. Like humans, animals are capable of suffering and feel fear and pain just as we do, and they have interests in living out their lives. Therefore, like the Peta motto states, animals are not ours to eat, wear, experiment on, or use for entertainment. And Peta engages with policymakers around the world and educates the general public about the very serious issues of animal cruelty, and tries to promote an understanding that animals have an interest in living out their lives free from suffering. Wherever animals are in need, Peta is there, giving a strong voice to those who can't speak up for themselves. Whether it's a voice for the millions of chickens who are confined to crowded, filthy factory farms, or the mink languishing in tiny wire cages, living miserable lives and suffering horrific and bloody deaths on fur farms, or the rats and mice who are tortured in laboratories around the world, or the animals who are stolen from their mothers and flown over to various countries, beaten and forced to perform in circuses and zoos many thousands of miles away from their natural habitats. Peta gives a voice to these animals and works wherever we can to bring about an end to animal suffering where it occurs. Peta's methods are as varied as the animals who we serve to protect and the myriad ways in which people abuse them. Peta sends undercover investigators into abattoirs in order to record, secretly film and document the abuse we uncover there. Peta engages with the scientific community, with legislators, prosecutors, to help bring an end to animal cruelty. Peta also sends humane education materials to schools in areas that have been affected by animal cruelty, and sometimes offers rewards for people to come forward with information about instances of animal abuse. And I suppose Peta's well known for using celebrities in high-profile campaigns to raise awareness about animal suffering through its colourful, provocative and often controversial campaigns. We face an uncertain future. Climate change and global food security remain ever-present concerns, yet we feed the majority of the world's food to animals instead of humans. The world's cattle alone consume enough food to provide the calorific value necessary for a human population of 9 billion people, more than the world's entire human population. Raising animals for food is grossly inefficient because animals consume vast quantities of grain. They provide only very small amounts of meat, dairy and eggs. The UN has noted in a 2010 report that a global shift towards a vegan diet is necessary to prevent the worst impacts of climate change, fuel poverty and indeed global hunger. It's the same every time with progress. First, people ignore you. Then they mock you, they call you mad and dangerous, and then there seems to be a bit of a pause, and then you just can't find anyone in the room who will disagree with you. My favourite quote, and one I always come back to, is that of Henry David Thoreau, who says, I have no doubt that it is a part of the destiny of the human race in its gradual improvement to leave off eating animals as surely as the savage tribes have let off from eating each other. And I think that really sums up the animal rights movement and Peta.